I really wanted to do it because of the director, and I'd been chasing him for 2.5 decades. I love this director, and then when I saw the scale of what he was going to try to do, I was like, I have to stand next to this guy and watch him try to do this. It's pretty incredible. Because not everybody knows who Zhang Yimou is, even though within, among filmmakers, he's renowned, but I just say, did you see the Beijing Olympics? And then people go, yes, and go, yeah, he did that. And they go, oh, I get it. So he's really somebody who's this visionary and somebody who can work with kind of spectacle at that incredible scale.
When you do a movie like this, you must think back to being a kid, because you imagine this is kind of what you always want to do.
This is exactly what this is the movie I would have gone to see when I was 12 years old. This is the movie, I did a movie years ago with Weta, the workshop down in New Zealand. They're awesome, and my friend Joe Dunkley showed up. I was in Budapest doing The Martian, and Joe came with a bag full of weapons and a giant lookbook from, because he'd already gotten to work, and he had my sword, he had my bow, he had all my stuff, and he showed up at my apartment in Budapest, and we just sat there just geeking out all night, like, oh my God, this is so cool. Look, so I'm gonna wear, that's my armor. Yeah, that's your armor. So it really was like a boyhood dream. That's also Zhang Yimou. He has a history of having very strong women in his movies, and I thought it was cool that he conceived of this idea that there was a whole female core within this army. There's a secretive army in the movie, which is called the Nameless Order, and they're raised only to learn how to fight this wave of monsters, and they live and die, some of them without ever having to actually fend off an attack. But the ones who do, this is like they've trained their entire lives for this moment. So there's a whole idea that he came up with to separate them into different colors, because he's a director who's known very much for his use of color, and the women are this kind of electric blue armor, and they're like the coolest, like they flip off of the towers, and so at any rate, it was a good message to send to the little girls out there.
And obviously, as we get up to Oscar time, every time Oscars are mentioned, do you go back to that time?
I flash on it, definitely. I think also because it was such a monumental experience in our lives that I think I'll probably be processing it forever. I remember when Sam Mendes got his Oscar for American Beauty, and he came up to me and it was like the Vanity Fair party afterwards, and I went to him and congratulated him. And he looked at me and he said, how long till it sinks in? And I said, and he was dead serious, and I knew exactly what he meant. And I said, it's about 1.5 years. And he goes, okay, thanks.
Because when you come off that stage and then you've got that sort of winner's row type bit.
Right.
I mean, are you just like bouncing along?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I just remember it being completely surreal, and wonderful. And I mean, it was funny just watching Casey at the Golden Globes the other night. It was fun to just kind of get the contact high of standing next to somebody and watch them go through it. I mean, it's really kind of a heady thing.
Yeah. And also, I often wonder when the penny drops that forever you will be called Academy Award winner. In every promo, in every trailer. Yeah,
I always wondered that, because I received mine for screenwriting. So I never thought that they would include that in my name, because it's like, if I didn't write the movie, why are they, but it's like, doesn't matter, you have one, so we're just Academy Award winner,
exactly.
And it always looks like I've got one for acting, but I didn't,
Are you a romantic? You strike me as being a romantic guy. Well, you're surrounded by girls.
I am surrounded by girls. I'm not as good at that stuff as I should be. I should be better by now. Even if, I'm very bad at it, is the truth. And I should have had. I mean, I've been married now for a while, and I should be getting better. It just doesn't come naturally to me. I'll do romantic things, but not on a timetable. You know what I mean? I'm not good at hitting those, like, well, it's Valentine's Day, and I really nailed it with the flowers and the chocolates and I kind of do things as they occur to me, which is decidedly unromantic, I think.